Real-world assets are the future. There is no doubt about that. The point is that the case of tangible, the crisis that literally crashed the price of USDR plus put at risk the whole protocol, and it's still doubtful what will be the future of this protocol, just because the real world assets are not always liquid asset. What I want to discuss with you today is how we should approach this matter and why we should literally pay attention to how we approach these projects, because yes, I love it. It has been literally almost 2 years that I'm saying, guys, real world assets are a big thing. We have all to embrace them, and they will literally pump the price of everything on blockchain. But it doesn't mean that it's risk free. And you should literally know all of this risk, because I truly believe that among the real world assets projects, there are many of them that will do at least 50x, maybe even 100x, and maybe even more. There are many projects, and we will discuss about them in one of my next videos. Today, I want to talk about the risk, and I want to warn you how to evaluate a project and if and how you should embrace it. So stay tuned because it's pretty important. Before we start, guys, let me say this channel is about educational content and nothing has to be intended as financial advice. If you want to invest in anything super cool, but always do your own research before. And guys, don't forget to check it out. All our links into the description below. Plus, leave us a big thumbs up and drop a comment. That's so important, guys. I truly grateful if you do that, and it's also so important for the whole community, because the more we are spreading awareness, guys, we need more people aware. Cryptos are literally a space that is amazing and can make you rich, but you need to be aware. You can't just bet on things, and that's what I'm trying to do. If you have any feedback, feel free to share it. If you have any input on how to improve, feel free to do that, because it's so important, and I'm here literally to do that. Okay, guys, let's talk about real world assets and tangible. I will give you a little bit of a summary of what happened, and I will start using their website. So Tangible is a pretty interesting protocol that is using real estate properties, real properties, to create value, to bring them on DeFi and share, for example, the yield generated by the rent of that property. What they have done is creating a stable coin that was fully backed, or at least partially backed around 80%, by real estate properties. Okay, pretty cool, because why not to have it to be liquid? It's like owning a property, a real property. It's not like Terra Luna, it was just money out of thin air. It was money that were coming from real properties. So pretty interesting. That's also reason why this product has been so successful during the last couple of months. I want to stop for a second talking about real world assets and tangible to present you, or better, to reintroduce you RubyDex, that is coming from one of my sponsors. I met the team into Singapore and I loved their story. The team is coming from centralized exchanges and is trying to bring that experience into decentralized exchanges. I want to guide you today into how to use this platform. So first of all, this is the interface. And the first thing that you have to do is depositing money into the decentralized exchange, into the smart contract that is dealing with your funds. Why? Mainly because in this way, the way that transactions are approved is much easier. Maybe you have also heard about Vitalik talking about account abstraction. Well, this is something that is so important. Account abstraction simply means that instead of having to approve every time with your MetaMask account or whatever, all the transactions, you can directly use smart contracts that can do the task for you. So that's the reason why the first thing that you have to do when you are using these kind of exchanges is simply click on connect your wallet, obviously. After that, deposit, and in this moment you have this interface. Let's say that you want to deposit $200, but just click confirm, and in this moment the system will open your wallet that has been connected. Could be MetaMask, Rabbit, or Rabbi, or whatever you are using. You have to approve first the amount that could be managed by the exchange. Once you have approved, you have to come back and re-click again on confirm deposit. In that moment, you will have to approve another transaction, and in that moment, you are done. I'm repeating that because I heard people that had problems, but the main reason why I'm talking to you about that, it is because it's pretty interesting. Everything that is about account abstraction, that's the next big thing, because it will help us to start using applications like RubyDex and others in a way that is much more smoother, easier, and it can help us to, instead of having to approve transaction 100 times, we can dealing directly with the application. That's something that we have seen, for example, with Friend Tech. It's not that every time you have to use your MetaMask account to approve a transaction. Well, the same is happening on RubyDex. You have to deposit your funds. In that moment, you will be able to use it directly from the web interface like you were in a centralized exchange. But again, in that case, the money are not are still under your custody. It's still that you are the only one who can have access from your wallet to the smart contract. So just to clarify this point. Again, guys, I will leave all the links about RubyDex. If you want to know more about RubyDex, I will also leave you my full review into the right corner here. Check it out, feel free. And don't forget, there is also a campaign that is going on about the airdrop. Let me know if you need anything into the comment section below. The point is that when you are printing money, it doesn't matter if they are collateralized or not. There is always a risk. And the risk is that in the moment someone is coming back to you and say, okay, I don't care about anymore to keep this money into my wallet. I will give you back my money, and I want to have back real money, or at least another stable coin in this case. That's a big problem if you think about it. And that's exactly what happened to Tangible. It is still unclear if what happened was simply an attack by someone else, because that's another thing. And look at the chart of Tangible. It has been growing since February. It was about 0.89. It had a spike around $15, so it means around 20x. After that big pump, we had a correction. That's pretty normal. And after the immediate other pump just at the beginning of September, while the 11th of October, it was collapsing again. So I wouldn't be surprised if behind this situation there was a big attack, because as always, when something is growing, there are someone else that are having interest just earning by making that protocol, that token collapsing. And that's exactly what happened. Because as you can see from this page on their website, here they are telling you exactly what are the assets that are backing that stablecoin, the USDR, that is a stablecoin issued by Tangible. And as you can see, real world asset is just this amount is not seen clearly, but is around 78%. This was just the amount that was backing the stable coin. And we are thinking, why not 100%? Well, simply because another part should be backed by something that is a liquid asset, because obviously if you have a real estate, and in order to give back the money to your creditors, you have to sell it. Obviously, it is doable, but it requires time. And that's the trick. People were knowing that. And in the moment when they saw, okay, there was about 10 million of DAI, so the stablecoin issued by MakerDAO, what they have done was bringing USDR, buying USDR, exchanging it for DAI. And remember, guys, when it comes to blockchain, everything is transparent. You can check it out from their website on tangible.store. But the same was visible for example, Arkham Intelligence or any other kind of explorer that was giving you the ability to dig into their numbers. So in the moment when something is so transparent, obviously you can plan an attack and literally drain all the liquidity from the protocol. And that's exactly what happened. The attacker drained 10 million. And in that moment, the panic came out simply because people said, oh my God, we don't have any more the liquidity to exchange from our USDR to USD. So what to do? They simply started to sell the coin on the market. And guess what? That's what happened. We had this big downfall that brought the price from $1 to not even half a dollar, even if this stablecoin is collateralized, as you can see from here, around 80% by assets that are real. Obviously, there is another big thing. It is collateralized by properties, and you don't know which will be the price that these properties will be sold. Maybe the price could be even lower. So there is this kind of uncertainty that is not helping the market. You are still wondering, oh my God, but how much and when I will be able to recover my funds? Why I'm telling you this story? Yes, from one side, because it's an interesting case study, and maybe if you are holding tangible, you want to know what's going on into the protocol. The solution proposed by the protocol has been stopping issuing a USDR, killing the stablecoin, and issuing on the other side a fractionalized token that is representing the properties. So in order, and this token will be distributed to all the people that were holding USDR. It's called Basket. More details, I will also give you the link to their Discord if you want to dig more into the matter. On the other side, we have also to be realistic. If you are an investor and you are not just giving the money just to support the project because you love them and so on, if you are there to make profit, pay attention that yes, right now the price is going down, but it doesn't mean that it will go up again. We have to be realistic. I love the project, and as I was saying, real world assets are a big thing, and it's possible to see 50x, 100x, and so on. On the other side, it has been hit pretty hard, and you have to be aware of that. So be always taking in account the risk, because on the other side, the real world asset industry, that's something that's pretty hot, and new projects are coming out. So what is possible also to see as a scenario that new projects that will simply be released the next couple of weeks, months, and so on could play a big role into the next bull run. What we have seen, for example, has been MakerDAO pumping. It is one of the best performing assets during the 2023. Why? For the simple reason that the topic is hot. We have seen Reality doing the same. We have seen Centrifuge doing the same. We have been seeing Maple and all of these protocols pumping. Why? Simply because the narrative is big. And look at these numbers. Right now, we are just talking about not even 1 billion of active loans. So that's a pretty low amount if you think about that we are talking about institutions, because when we talk about real world assets, the beauty is that it's not just about real estate, it's about bringing institutions, funds, and so on, companies on chain, helping them to use the amount of money they have into the real world, into the DeFi ecosystem. And the more money are coming into the market, well, that's a huge thing. Yeah, according to BlackRock, we can have around trillions of dollars coming into the blockchain industry. Right now, we have not even 1 billion. So think about what's the difference. If we go from billions to trillions, it's 1000x. Well, if this is the kind of growth, obviously the token maybe will not go up by 1000x, but 50x, 100x, it is something that is absolutely possible. That's also the reason why in the next couple of weeks, I will share with you the whole ecosystem when it comes to real world assets protocols, because it's so important for you to stay updated. I will leave the link of this application, something I love, the real world assets RWA.xyz, that is giving you a summary about the different protocols that are working to this direction, and I suggest you to check it out because it has been done pretty well. Okay guys, to summarize what we have said, the crisis of tangible is teaching us that the real world asset is something is pretty big, because as we have seen from the chart, the amount of interest that has been able to generate, it's insane. And also the speed we have seen 20x in just a couple of months. On the other side, pay attention that there are risks. From one side, because we are talking about something that is young, it has been not yet been tested, so any kind of bug, any kind of problem can come out. Second, it could be attacked by someone that want to just kill the project for whatever reason. That's something that you should take in account. And the third reason is obviously because we are still talking about DeFi. And even if this is DeFi that is engaging with institutions and real world assets, it doesn't mean that it's only fact that we are talking about something that is real it doesn't mean that it's eliminating all the risk connected to DeFi. Risk related to DeFi are still here, and it will take much more time to solve them. So be aware of that. On the other side, real world assets are something that is here to stay. I don't know if Tangible will be able to be among the winners of the next bull run. I really wish them to be able to recover because it was a great protocol. On the other side, I can give you, not for granted, but almost, or at least that's something I truly believe that will happen, is that real world asset industry will produce the next generation of 100x. And that's literally the industry where gems are there. Why? Also because the market cap of these projects is pretty small, guys. One story is buying the next, I don't know, Sui-Saiyan blockchains and layer ones that are having a fully diluted valuation of billions. Another story is buying something that has a valuation of a couple of millions or even less. And that's the current state of the art of a real world assets protocol. Nobody cares about them yet. But in the next future, expect to see a big growth about this from this market. Let me know what is your favorite project into real world asset category. Let me know into the comment section below. Feel free to check it out. All the links about RubyDex, Tangible, and everything, also real world asset XYZ, the dashboard. Feel free to ask me whatever you think could be helpful for you, and I'm here to help you. Guys, see you soon in the next video. Bye.